Okay, Ryan, I have to ask you a question. Is that real money? We are here at this place. Massacre Haunted House. And this is the owner.
Yes.
Who are you? What's your name?
Ryan Burke.
Ryan who?
Burke.
Why do you call Ryan B?
Long story.
Okay. So Ryan, one of the things that you've taken me around just a little bit, and this place is wild.
Yeah.
Because you're running escape rooms through a haunted house.
Right.
Which, believe it or not, I actually thought, I didn't even know you did that. Okay. And we talked about, could we turn some of the haunted house into escape rooms?
Right.
You know, but like, you know, you're actually doing it.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. So like, but where are you located? Because you're essentially outside of Chicago.
Yeah, we're about 45 minutes from downtown.
And so where do you get most of your customers from?
Everywhere.
Is it local or all over?
It's everywhere.
I'm talking about for the haunted house.
Haunted house is everywhere.
When you market your haunted house, do you market to the greater Chicago area, or do you?
Yeah, it's like a destination thing. So like people that live in Gurnee aren't the only people going to Six Flags. It's the same thing here. So people that are going to a haunted house just aren't people living, in that exact town.
Now this shopping center, you bought it.
Correct.
So you own the whole thing and you lease it out to people and everything. So how big, how much, so originally you came in here and you leased space for the haunted house. And then how long after that did you bring on like the axe throwing and the escape rooms?
So we kept on expanding and expanding and expanding. You took on more warehouse space. Then eventually the shopping center went for sale. So I purchased the shopping center about 4 years ago.
How long has the Massacre been here?
This is going to be our 11th year at this building.
And then what was the first thing you did? Was it the axe throwing or the escape?
The escape rooms opened up in 2016.
2016, and then when did you bring the axe throwing on?
2018.
Now your axe throwing, we'll look over here, it's very, very nice.
Thanks.
But what is the future of axe throwing in your opinion?
It's going away. I think this is going to be our last year for it. We're taking out half of it to replace it with another escape room. Then the last half we're going to keep for another year, and then redo our lobby, extend the lobby, do a bigger gift shop. So axe throwing's got about another year left here.
So how many years was the the haunted house here before you had the escape room? Roughly 10 years, 12 years?
Well, we've had the haunted house. This is going to be 16 years, but at this location, 11 years. So we probably had about 3 years before we did escapes here. We had laser tag here originally, and then that ran for a little bit with the escape rooms, and we ended up pulling laser tag to put in more escape rooms.
Now, I've made a lot of videos trying to help people, be successful in the haunted business, and I've said this multiple times in the videos that if I could go back, 5 years, 8 years, whatever,
Yeah.
I would never build. Remember how people used to chase world's biggest haunted house
Right.
and all that? It's like everything's changed.
Yeah.
Okay, and how's it all changed for you?
Detail. So before it was dark, scary, black hallways. Now it's like you do a black hallway and it creates conga lines. No one wants to go down that hallway. Then you start backing up. So you got to make things more lit and pretty. And people want to see the animatronics now and the pretty set. So it's changed a lot.
But I'm saying, if you rolled time back 5 years, 6 years, the whole idea of build the biggest, longest haunted house you can, and now let's say you had bought another shopping center, it was 30,000 square feet, you would do it different than you would have 10 years ago.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, how would you do it from scratch?
Oh, God.
Let's say if you could do this place from scratch, how would you do it different?
Probably put the entrance up here and the exit in the back to have a bigger midway. Midways are a huge thing now. 11 years ago, midways really weren't a thing. Now everyone wants to hang out afterwards. It's not just going to a show and leaving. People want to stay and hang out.
So do you have a big midway?
We do, but it's in the beginning of the show, which is kind of weird. So now we got to get people, once they exit, to go around back, to the midway. We're going to test out some new ticketing things this year. We're going to try out a virtual queue, so we'll kind of hold their place in line so they can go do midway activities instead of waiting in line. But
That's
again,
a good idea.
Things weren't, we've already built this house. We can't flip the whole thing around and change it.
But how hard was it for you to, what made you think, like, I want to utilize the same space with escape rooms, but I've already built out my haunt, so I want to turn the haunt into the escape rooms?
So back then we're limited on square footage. We only had about 23,000 square feet. It's before we had expanded. We had laser tag up here, so laser tag was part of the haunted house show. Similar thing to what we do now, but it wasn't a flip of a switch. We just had brighter lights for laser tag. Sets weren't as scary. Laser tag used to be this whole front half up here. We then changed that to replace it more with escape rooms. But when you're just coming into a place and you're paying rent on a place year round, your rent doesn't stop after October. You're paying rent year round, so you had to think of like, all right, I have back then 22,000 square feet. How am I going to pay my rent? The rest of the year. We used to set up and tear down the haunted house, before moving in here. So it was a big change of going from a set up and tear down show to, hey, rent is year round now. Light bills are year round, electric bills are year round, your gas bills are year round. What do we do to create revenue in the off season to keep money coming in the door?
And how vital has the escape rooms been?
The escape rooms are now doing way more than the haunted house. Yeah, it's a big business here.
Yeah, and so you're all in on escapes.
Yeah.
A lot of people said that escapes would be a fad, just like axe throwing. I think axe throwing's turned out to be the fad.
Definitely.
And the escape rooms are thriving.
Yeah.
To some degree.
Yeah, you see out there, a lot of people are talking about how their numbers are down. They're flatlining. Numbers here are up. But, we build stuff a lot differently. A lot of escape rooms, if it's in Alice in Wonderland, they're putting up wallpaper to make you feel like you're in the forest. Here, we're going to build a forest. So it's a lot different when people come here. They're coming here for the immersiveness of the experience.
I don't know if you remember this, but and I just mentioned this to someone else. But back when the escape room industry first came into Transworld, we did an escape room tour at the Darkness, and all these escape room people came. They all hated me for saying one thing, because the escape room industry was not haunted house owners. And I said, haunted house owners will take over this industry.
Yeah.
And they hated me saying that. But what the false part about it is they spun it off and said that this is what I said. But no, they like they do to Trump a lot, they cut off the rest of it. Because I said, but you're here at Transworld, so embrace the idea of learning about detail, about set design, about lighting, and try to get some of these things into your haunt, because I think that's where escape rooms are going. And I recently went to this show called CinemaCon, and they had an FEC seminar where this guy, all he does is crunch numbers. And he had this thing saying escape rooms are floundering, and he counted up how many escape rooms has closed since COVID. And so I literally talked to the guy after a seminar was over. I said, your information is inaccurate. I think what you're seeing is a lot of the lock and key type escape rooms are closing. Sure. And the ones that are thriving are the ones like yours here, Mind Trap.
Here, there's been a lot of escape rooms in this area that have closed up, and they are your traditional mom and pop, lock and key, low detail. Don't have big budgets, for stuff. And we've been really lucky. We've got a lot of national recognition for the room, so that helps. Enthusiasts see it, they follow it. We're constantly getting tagged by the enthusiasts. When someone says, hey, we're going to Chicago, where should we go? 9 out of 10 times we're getting recommended. So we're getting a lot of people traveling from around the world to come here and play too.
It's one of those things like when Zombie in the Room was popular, they had it in like 30 cities.
Right.
And you go back and you watch the video, it's just like a room with a desk and a bad actor with a chain around his neck. Yeah. Okay. It's like, it's not like that.
Right.
So what are your escape rooms like? I mean, how long does it take for you to build one?
That's the downside. It takes about a year. So it takes us about a year to build a full escape room. The last one, or the most recent one, we had to outsource just because we don't have the time to build it, here in-house. We're doing huge haunted house renovations this year, so we decided to kind of push that curtain off. Some people that have done a lot of work here, so they're familiar with the space, they know my style. They both worked for me for a long time, so they're kind of building the new escape room for us now.
So your haunted house is very detailed, and you have a lot of animations. So how many animations do you have in this haunted house?
I don't know. It goes up and down, because we'll get in the mood to where we don't want a lot of animations. We want to go really heavy actors, and then you're like, all right, you know what? That actor wasn't doing the job this past year. We couldn't get anyone to work the spot. I'm gonna replace with an animation. So like, it fluctuates.
But when you're When you're
Also
building
off
a
lunch.
when you're building an escape room, do you try to buy an animation that could work for both?
Not really. We don't do a whole lot of animations in the escape rooms. The escape rooms don't look like the haunted house. It's even though it's the same room, it looks way different. So it's the way that it's designed. The lights are different. The sound is different. The whole environment is completely different. So when you are in that room, if there is animations in it, they're not going off for the escape room unless it is a scary escape room we have here.
Now your escape rooms are open 7 days a week.
Yes.
Chris, is there any days it closes?
Major holidays. Like Christmas, obviously we're not open, but otherwise, we're open 7 days a week.
So Massacre, how many days do you do open besides Halloween time? Like, what special events are you operating
so we
for?
do Christmas and Valentine's. So we're one of the first ones to do Christmas.
And then how many days do you operate for Halloween season?
It's usually about 20, 21 days.
Like 10 years ago, did you open more days?
We used to. Then you kind of see the trend over the years of like which days just are not financially worth it. So we try to start cutting out those days.
And what do you focus on marketing wise? Like, what are your big mediums to reach your guests?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. I mean, like I'm talking about Facebook, Google.
Everywhere.
Which one do you like the best?
All of them.
All of them.
Whichever one's going to send in business. Now we're able to track a little bit more. To see where that revenue is coming in from. Everywhere from billboards. We still do radio, as weird as it sounds. Old school flyers. Being out on the street. Everywhere. Whatever we can put our name on. That's why our whole gift shop is just full of our logo and merchandise.
Yeah, you've got some beautiful shirts.
That's marketing for us. When somebody leaves here and they wear their shirt, they wear it year round. That's marketing. Anything we put our name on.
Anything you can put your name on?
We're putting it on it.
What means more to you at this point, your escape rooms or haunted house?
It's tough. So the haunted house is more of like my baby. It's like the hobby. It's like the fun part. It's a little more fun to build the haunted house stuff. The escape rooms are fun too, though. So it's kind of a tough mix. So,
But you like this. You leave a little on the escape rooms because they do better.
Yeah, but
They're more essential.
It is, but it's a fun mix. The haunted house stuff is fun to build.
When you go to Transworld every year, like, do you already have a plan what you're doing for the haunted house next season? Like, when do you start planning?
A good chunk of it. We'll buy a lot of stuff in advance from vendors. That's why when you see us at the end of the show, like wheeling out stuff, it's not because I wasn't the asshole in there and bought it all before the show opened. A lot of it is like pre-built, pre-designed, some custom stuff made just for us. So we'll have a good idea of what we're doing, but we may see something cool at the show and be like, oh wow, let's buy that prop and let's make a scene for that prop. So
what was the coolest thing you saw at the show this year that you said you had to have?
We didn't really buy that much this year at the show. Everything that we did buy was pretty much pre-purchased. There wasn't a whole lot of reinventing the wheel. I feel it's been the same stuff.
How does it in Chicago? I remember when Transworld was here.
Yeah.
And I asked somebody else, Steve from Realm of Terror, and it's like I remember when the shows at Rosemont, there was only Dream Reapers. Now that's gone, right?
Yeah.
There's no more Dream Reapers, but like there was no haunts here, and now there's tons.
Yeah, there was a few back then. I think Steve was still around. Dungeon Doom was around back then. Statesville was obviously around back then.
But the market is like really competitive.
It's saturated out here now, yeah.
So when you have so many competitors, does that like put a lot of pressure on you to like?
Not really, because I feel that people, as long as everyone's putting on a good show, if they're putting on a good show, it's good for the industry. If you go to a haunted house and you have fun, you're gonna want to go see another show. You're not gonna go back to the same show because you just got scared there. You know what the jump out scares are. You're gonna be like, oh my god, like went to this haunted house last week. Let's go do another one. If somebody puts on a bad show and you go to that show, you're not going to want to go to another haunted house for sure that year, and maybe not ever again. Same thing in the escape room industry. We'll have people that come here, and they'll kind of walk in and like, oh, hey, how's it going? Like, oh yeah, I'm here for so and so's birthday party. We're like, oh, have you done a room before? Yeah, I did the one over at the small. It was kind of like whatever. And they're here just for that birthday party. That guy was probably ruined by that mall escape room. When he's leaving here, he's like, oh my god, like that was amazing. Like let me take a flyer on the way out. Are all the rooms like that? And like it just completely changed his aspect on escape rooms. It's the same thing in the haunted house industry. If somebody's putting on a good show, they're not your competition. Like, they're doing good for you because somebody's gonna go there and have fun, and then they're gonna want to come and do another, haunted house. So the more good shows, I feel, it is good for the industry.
How many actors do you have to run this haunt?
Our base is about 60, to actually run the show. We shoot for 90.
60 to 90?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you are you more heavy on makeup or masks?
As much as I want to be heavy on masks, it's hard to get people to wear masks. We have a phenomenal makeup team here, really talented artists, a big makeup team. So as much as I want the mask, it's tough. We have some key players that will wear a mask all night, but it's hard.
What is the percentage?
I want it to be 50-50. We're probably like 30% mask, 70% makeup.
Wow, that's exactly the same answer someone else gave me.
Really? Yeah. I would love for it to be at least 50-50, but it's tough, and we get some good half masks and that stuff.
Let me ask you a question. So, like, this is the front of the building.
Correct.
But the entrance to the haunted house is in the back.
Yes.
So how do people know that it's back there?
So we have a front parking lot and we have a back parking lot. So if you park in the back, then you're going in the front, a bit. And if you park up here, then you're walking out and going straight to your car. Plus we have all the auxiliary parking around here too. The whole back has searchlights, and you know where the entrance is, and we have signs in the front that say entrance in the back.
And then you said you have a build crew of 5 people?
Correct.
And they work on what, the haunted house or the escape rooms year round?
Both.
Both?
Both.
And I saw that you had a CNC machine.
Yes.
How has that changed your haunted house?
Oh man, I've had it for about 8 years now. So we're one of the first haunts to get into that stuff, and lifesaver. Yeah, it's my employee that shows up every day to work, doesn't complain, doesn't take breaks, doesn't say I'm tired. It's a workhorse.
Wow, that's crazy. So where's the beginning? Do you want to try to walk through it a little?
Yeah, let's head to the back.
All right, let's head to the back. And how much space do you dedicate to your actor room and stuff like that?
Well, I'll take you up there, and you'll see it.
And I really like how you have this access corridor around pretty much like the whole attraction.
Scaling around the entire attraction. Been on safety here, so that's a way that all the actors can get around everything, and it runs the entire perimeter of the entire show. It's easy to get to anywhere for security. In case there is a medical emergency, we get stretchers down the hallway, and it runs the entire width and run the entire perimeter.
Jurassic Escape.
Yes.
That's what's coming.
It's coming.
Now, is this Game Master booths or is that security?
No, so it's both. So another really good thing about having escape rooms within your haunted house is that you have a ton of cameras. A normal haunted house does not have as many cameras as we have here. We probably have close to 200 cameras in our show. So having escape rooms in your path, you also have a lot more cameras, which is useful.
Now, one of the things I just have to say, because it's absolutely true, and I'm terrible at this, but when I look around and I see all these slots, and I see the clipboards, right, and I see the radios, everything is organized here.
We try.
To the T.
We try.
Is that you?
We try.
No, not try. You're doing. Doing. When you look even at the wires and everything is organized and neat. Yeah. Is that that's the way you have to have it?
We try, yeah. Yeah, it should be a little bit more. We definitely try to be organized.
And I'm telling you, when I went to Realm of Terror, it's the first haunted house that we filmed for the channel, where it's a functioning family fun center that essentially has to close down almost for the haunted house. And you're almost identical. You're a escape room facility that has to shut down for a haunted house.
Right.
And it's all intertwined. Yeah. Because as we go right here, I guess this is your photo op for the people that play the escape room?
Yep. And for the haunted house, that sign goes off. You walk right past it and you don't even see it.
And that's a custom sign, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Where would you get that made?
I forgot where I got that one done. It was done somewhere overseas. There is a couple local people doing too.
All right. So where do we go from here?
You said you wanted to see the makeup area, so we'll take you up there.
Oh, and you got a lift.
We have a couple of them.
Wow, I'm jealous. Now, I noticed the floor is like slanting.
Yeah, so the warehouse is on 2 different elevations. We had to pour the concrete when we took over this side of the warehouse.
When do you start like changing your haunted house from one year to the next?
November 1st.
November 1st?
So as soon as the haunted house season ends,
What percentage of it do you change every year?
it fluctuates. Last year we added this whole thing over here and extended the show. This year we're doing a lot of changes within the show, but every year it's different.
But whenever you make changes, are you thinking about an escape room and a scene for the haunted house?
If we're putting an escape room in there, then yeah. If we're not, then it's just, this year's just strictly been haunted house stuff.
Do you think you'll get deeper into the haunted house with escape rooms?
Yes, we're going to rip out our 3D area next year. Our whole clown area is going to come out. We're going to put in 2 more escape rooms up there.
Oh my goodness. Your whole haunted house is going to be integrated.
It will be.
Do you think that a normal haunted house could do the same thing if it's already all built out?
Definitely. I mean, we're fully built out when we first started.
And what would be the suggestion you would make to make that happen?
Figure out what area that you want to integrate. What area do you have easy access to for your customers, to get in and out of the rooms? It can definitely happen. So we got 2 of the guys over here. We have Kenny and Tim working on our new DJ booth area. So we have live entertainment. So this is going to be the new DJ booth that's getting built out here. It's going to
Is that going outside?
No, it's for the inside. So we're going to turn the entire inside here into a nightclub.
So the whole queue line will be a nightclub.
It'll be a nightclub. We're adding more trussing. We just put this trussing up here. So it's going to be a full-on party when you're waiting to go in.
Wow. And now that music's not going to bleed over into the haunt?
No, the first part of it over here is fully sealed off, and then once you go into that other building, then it's complete separate.
Oh, and there's your CNC machine. So is this like a workshop for you?
So in the off season, our whole line area is a workshop. That's why it's a mess. Then our workshop is in over here.
And you say you operate the CNC?
Correct.
Wow. Now on CNCs, do you actually CAD what you want, or do you just buy it?
No, I CAD everything.
How long does it take you to CAD something cool?
Depends on what it is. Could be, we're just cutting arches, 2 minutes. I'll run it for everything. If we're cutting circles or an arch or anything, it's just so quick and easy to throw a sheet of wood on it and just cut it.
And this has been such a game changer.
It is.
Do you? What's the main material you would cut? Would it be plywood
plywood.
or MDF?
We used to use MDF, but now MDF is so expensive. It's $50 a sheet for MDF when it used to be 12. So now it's mostly plywood.
Wow.
So
very nice.
We'll take you around and show you the upstairs.
When you say upstairs, what does that mean?
So the makeup and costuming is upstairs.
So there's a second level to part of the building.
Correct.
Okay. There it is.
This was not planned, so I have no idea the condition of it up here. It is off season.
Now, do you go visit other haunts, like when you're not running yours?
We try to, yeah. So it's definitely a mess up here.
Do you go to other cities?
We try to.
So this is your actor's room.
Yep. So we have the changing stations over here.
Well, that's nice.
Costumes, all the makeup stations are across here for all the artists. So they all have their individual stations.
I see some silicones. How many silicone masks do you have?
Probably 40 or 50.
Do you have a hard time getting your actors to wear those?
We do. There's some that love them and there's some that hate them. So the problem here is that we have such a talented makeup artist that everyone wants their makeup. And I look at it as like, if you wear a mask, you pull off the mask and you go home and you're done. You may have some black around your eyes. Otherwise, you're wearing a full face of makeup. You gotta scrub it off. It's hard.
If you have 60 actors and 70% of them are makeup, how long does it take you to do them all?
The makeup artists try to get each one done within 10 minutes.
No, I mean, how many hours does it take you?
Makeup call starts 2 hours before the show starts.
And so you're getting about 40 people-ish in makeup?
Yeah, I mean, they can knock it out. So that's not the problem. It's just the fact that we want to have more masks in the show.
What's crazy about the Transworld show is The very first year, it was just like props.
Right.
And now it's like props and animations. And now it's like 50% masks and costumes.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there was never any costumes.
Right.
You know, and now it's nothing but costumes.
The rest of the costume and mask room.
Cool. You're, are you always buying new costumes at the show? Is that something like you just pick up there?
Yeah, that or we'll make some. We'll outsource for some to be made. We do spend a good chunk of the budget on new costumes every year. Updating them. A lot of them get trashed over the season.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do spend a lot of money on costumes.
Cool. Well, let's go check out your haunted house.
All right.
And down the stairs we go. Oh, and look, this is kind of cool. And you know, I always say, first off, is this your makeup artist and you can scan them and
Yep.
talk to them and tell them what you want?
No, this is more to tag them in. So we have this wall here. So when they come down, everyone wants to get their picture taken. So they'll take a picture in front of this wall here, and then they can tag their makeup artist.
That is so freaking clever.
To try and give them credit.
And it says, follow our artists on Instagram. Now, this is what really caught my eye. You have the rules for the actors.
In a number of places.
In a number of places. Let's see here. Do not touch customers. If you bump into a customer, apologize in character. So how would you apologize in character? Like, sorry for, like that? Okay. Do not swear, insult, or use abusive language. Do not move. Rearrange props. Very smart.
Right.
Stay in your assigned spot. Do not bang on walls or props. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Clean yourself. Pick up your trash. Full rules are available in volunteer handbook if you do not have them. There you go. Isn't that cool? And if you want to see what they all say, just freeze the screen and read it. Do not say get out, boo, rawr, hurry up, help me, or go away. That's very funny. That's very funny. And Ryan, I have to tell you something, okay? And I said this pretty much on every place I've gone to. No matter how good rule, like the haunt was.
Right.
I told people I went to go pick up a truck in the middle of Arkansas. And I was like, I'm here. I wonder if there's a haunt to go, do a video of, because we started, doing and I found this haunt in Arkansas. And he was a really big do-it-yourselfer. And he had the whole haunt air conditioned, right? And I'm just like, how are you doing that? And he showed me how he was doing it. It was very clever.
Yeah.
But he had done all these little cool things. The video is on the Hauntworld YouTube channel. It's a haunt in Arkansas. But the point I'm trying to make is every haunt that I've gone to, they have something I didn't see somewhere else.
Right.
Tag the artist.
Yeah.
And the rules being posted for the actors, I have not seen anywhere else.
Big posters. So
Yeah.
this way they can't go into the show and be like, well, I didn't know that. No, you were told.
You read it on your way out.
You read it in 5 different areas.
But you're saying too, like the actor can stand there and get their picture.
Yeah, so on the way out, all the actors love to post on their socials. So it's right on the way down. The makeup artist sometimes, if it's a really cool makeup, they want to show it off. Logos in the background. It goes back to being a marketing whore. Want to have a logo on everything, so this way, the makeup artist is posting it. The actor is posting it. It's a cool photo op area. It's good lighting up there for it.
Wow, that's really cool. So Ryan here. As we were talking earlier, you were saying that your escape rooms are somehow also the haunted house.
Correct.
And then you have controls in the back that change it from haunted house to escape room. Can you explain that?
Yep, so for every escape room here, we have what's called haunt mode and escape room mode. So when it's in haunted house mode, it's different audio, the fog machines are going off, different lighting. And it tells the controller that, hey, we're running a haunted house, not running an escape room. All the escape room controllers are bypassed, doors stay open, maglocks stay turned off. Then when we go into haunted house mode, the fog turns on, and it's just a completely different show.
So explain, how are you running, like your escape rooms and your haunted house are built together?
Correct.
Okay. So you can't operate escape rooms when you operate your haunt,
No.
right?
No,
Okay.
So the escape rooms will close down just before the haunted house opens.
Kind of like Universal closes down the park.
Same concept.
Okay. So like during the regular part of the year when the haunted house isn't open, you're running the escape rooms all night long. But for the haunt season, they close early.
Yeah, they'll close at 6:30.
So you're basically double dipping on your haunted house.
Yes, but saving on square footage. So we have 40,000 square feet here. Utilizing 40,000 square feet, the best, utilizing every square inch.
So did it start off as a haunted house and then you decided to put your escape rooms into the scenes?
Correct. Yep. Wow. And then revamped scene, ripped down entire areas to put the haunted house in there.
So that means like when you do like different themes for your escape rooms and they also become your haunted house, but you're not worried about like say people in the haunted house like damaging anything from the escape? No. You remove anything? No?
No. So
wow.
You'll see right now. So the escape room is actually built more solid than the haunted house. And a good benefit of having of what we do is that you're going to get a full detail. So this is part of the Midways escape room, which is also part of the haunted house. So at the level of detail, in a normal haunted house, you're walking forwards, you're never going to look backwards because there's never any detail. In an escape room...
Is this a puzzle?
Can't tell you.
No, I mean, I'm not going to ask you what the puzzles are, but like, you're working in puzzles into the rooms,
exactly.
But they're also, so like when I look at this looks like, oh, this would be very natural for a room.
Right.
And so you've made it like an escape room puzzle maybe, but at the same time, as part of the theming for the room and the haunted house.
Right, but like I said, the best thing is that when you're building for a haunted house, you're only building that one direction. You're not worried about what people are looking back and seeing. When you're doing an escape room, you're building it all around you. So now when a haunter comes through, they're looking around, they're just blown away by the detail that we're putting here.
Wow. But like when you do different themes, like, so is your haunted house just like in a way of like 13th Gate, like 13 different themes?
It is, but a lot of them like you don't realize, because like I said, the lighting is different, the sound is different. Just because you're in this area, it doesn't. A lot of the rooms don't really. You don't know that you're going to that room. You'll see later on when we're going to do like a ship room. You only go through a haunted house type, only goes through part of it. The front half you never go through.
But when you run your haunted house, is there animations in the escape side that only activate for the haunted house?
Exactly. Yep.
So they're just props for the escape room?
Or get in, they'll drop down, they'll go away.
All right.
They drop when they just won't go out. So,
okay. So where do we go from here?
Here we're gonna get there.
So this, what you're seeing here, this is an escape room, and it's part of the haunted house.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
And so right now they have lights out here. Normally lights are off. So we have light switches in here we can turn off.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. So obviously in the escape room mode, that's not going to go off. We use beam sensors for everything. We don't use step pads anywhere in the show. We don't use
you use
sensors.
What kind of sensors?
Beam sensors. So they're hidden beam sensors.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So there's no step pads.
We don't have a lot of step pads either, mostly just using motion sensors, but...
Yep, we don't use any motion sensors, everything's on beams. This way, actors can step over and they're trying to get a scare. You leave it for the customer.
Yeah, that's probably a lot better.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that's escape room.
Right.
Okay.
Escape room. Obviously for the escape room, this whole room is fully bright. It's fully lit up. Right now, because it's in a haunted house, but on the switch, it's going to be really dark. So lighting here is all different for escape room mode. This light will be full on.
So when you switch it to escape room mode, more lights.
Correct. More lights, different soundtracks. It's not scary. It's more illuminated. So like right now, all the puzzles in here are disabled.
Oh, okay. So right now we're looking at it in haunted house mode.
Yep.
And I'm guessing escape room.
Yep.
But it also is a
just like
prop for a workshop.
Exactly.
Because this room, if you look at it, kind of looks like it's a workshop.
This is a real storage tank, so it is part of the thing. The house is also hard piped.
Talking about for the air?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow, that's a lot of work.
It is. But it is reliable. So shut off valves for everything. So in case something goes down, we can shut off valves. Drains everywhere for it. So it's a big air system. We're gonna head downstairs now.
Is it downstairs or just an elevator illusion?
It's downstairs.
And here we go.
But first we're gonna go upstairs.
Oh, we're gonna go upstairs.
So if you remember, before we're downstairs on the lower level, now we're upstairs on the second floor.
Is this in haunted house mode or?
This is haunted house mode. So for the escape room, they'll just take them straight downstairs.
For the haunted house season, how many people do you put in here?
Up to 12.
Up to 12? So let me guess. This thing is on a track and it just slides over? And so is this a new escape room?
No, this one we did over COVID.
No, I'm saying, but is this an escape room?
This is still all part of the same escape room.
This is still Mafia?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So in the elevator, they have some puzzles they had to do. They have a bunch of puzzles out here they have to do. But again, for a haunted house, this is all dark and scary. This happens still in escape room mode, so for haunted house mode, this is a lot darker. I didn't flip all the switches over for us. Just so we have an escape room here in a few minutes.
So how many square feet is the Mafia section of the haunted house?
It's about 1,500 square feet.
1,500? Now let me ask you a question. What does better for you, your escape rooms or your haunted house?
Well, escape rooms because it's more year-round revenue.
But haunted houses have a big, quick, bang.
Yeah, the quick grab, but having them both here and utilizing the square footage the way we do is it's a really good way.
But the escape rooms are doing better than the haunted house.
Yeah, over the course of a year.
Yeah. And that is Mike Dicka talking about Bears, Shuffles, and Title.
You realize everything in here is based on. So here it takes you for a car ride.
Washington is next. Doors open on the left at Washington. Your safety is important. If you observe unintended baggage,
Now, do your haunted house customers, do they ride this before they can move on? Doesn't that limit your throughput?
So when we get to the front, you can see we have a computerized system, and everything is run by checkpoints. So we're actually going to go out this way over here. So everything is timed out so that our throughput is we have checkpoints throughout, and it's all computerized. So whatever we're starting our show at, all the other checkpoints are timed based off that. Because obviously with having the elevator towards the end, it's very difficult for a haunted house to have. Normally they're always in the beginning of the show.
Well, you have 2 stops in your haunted house. What is your capacity for a single night? Do you have a limit?
2,500-ish.
Do you sell online with reserve tickets and it can sell out?
Yes. Yep. Exactly. So this way, we can control everything. We're using the time taken online. We know what pace to set the haunted house at. So again, it's all computerized. So we have a control panel up front. We say we're going to do 600 people this hour, and it'll tell us, all right, you need to run at 45 seconds, groups of 8, and you set the whole computer, and then the whole show knows you're sending groups through.
The whole show is hooked to one computer.
We have multiple computers throughout it. Yep. So like the elevator, we have multiple shows for it. So the show that you saw is a long show. If we're running people through fast, we're not going to take them upstairs to the second floor. We're just going to go straight to the basement. A little bit shorter shows. Elevators are going to move faster. So it's all computerized, so we know which speeds to run at.
Wow, that's advanced.
So obviously, if we're on a slower night on a Thursday or Sunday, we can give people a little better show. We can run things slower, smaller groups. It keeps all the actors entertained, so there's no dead spots for actors. If we're looking to do 500 people in a night, we're not going to do, we're not going to run a really fast show. We're going to do smaller rooms. The computer will tell everyone, what speeds to be at.
Well, I see more escape room.
Yep. Obviously, we try to hide them pretty well, within sets. Usually when customers get off and hear that, you're scaring them right through it. They're not noticing that there's a gate over here.
So now we're still in Mafia.
Yep, it's still Mafia.
Now I have a question for you.
This is the scare box.
But I have a question for you, okay? If this is an escape room and the haunted house, how in the world, if you're running it as an escape room, did you configure it so that it goes back out to some sort of central hallway system?
Yes. So obviously this was built from scratch. It was one of the later escape rooms that we did, so we were kind of getting the hang of how do we put escape rooms in within our show. So we had a little bit more technology when it came time for this one.
What is the exact theme of this? Because it really doesn't seem like, Mafia.
So the whole backstory of it is you're trying to break into the bank that's up front, steal a Super Bowl ring, and then bring it to the mob house. So this is the final city where you're trying to get through the entire town. And the storyline kind of goes with it. You got to break into a grow house, which is where all the marijuana stuff is. You got to get into the chop shop. So the task kind of goes more aligned with it.
What is the the Showbiz Pizza sign up there?
So the whole thing's big. It's the 80s. That's why you see all the newspaper boxes, payphones. It's an older, kind of retro, all that stuff with subway cars, retro.
And how long are your escape rooms? Are they 1 hour?
This is a 75-minute one.
Do they have to pay extra?
It's $5 more.
So what is the cost of playing an escape room?
This one is $36.99.
Okay. So, but here's my question, okay?
Yeah.
So this is the haunted, it's a haunted house.
This is the haunted house, I'd say, in the next number.
Okay, so if you were continuing the haunted house, you go out that door still?
Go out this door and then straight down here to the exit. So this is the very end of the haunted house.
Oh, so this is the end of the haunted house.
Yep.
Okay.
So
how in the heck are your other escape rooms? How do you getting them back to the lobby?
we have a pathway that takes them straight back to the other escape rooms.
So every one of your escape rooms exits out into this corridor?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I see. And then how many square feet is the haunted house?
The haunted house itself is about 31,000.
31,000. And how many square feet was that?
This year it's 1,500.
1,500. Have you ever thought about doing it different so that your escape rooms can operate independent and just make the haunt smaller, or do you think that's a bad idea?
I think it's a bad idea. Having a big show, people like it. It's a long show. It's about 30-35 minutes. It's the good length for a haunted house. If we're to take stuff out and make it shorter, I feel the customers wouldn't get that value. In the way that we built it, we're kind of building things. If we're building ground up, it'd be different. But we've been here 11 years, so when you're kind of have a lot of stuff in place, you can't move the entrance now. Now Midways are a huge thing. 11 years ago, Midways weren't a big thing, so we're kind of building and we're stuck with what we have in a lot of our layout.
Okay, so
just get it set back up.
Where do we go from here?
We'll head back out and start from the beginning.
All right, let's do it. And there's controls everywhere. What is this with a USB card?
So that one is the audio for the subway.
That's the audio.
Yeah,
that's the audio player?
The audio player for the subway, yep. And then this one up here is, again, more haunted house controllers, escape room controllers.
And what kind of controller is that? I see it's got an antenna.
It's just a regular audio player. Put a USB card in it and run the speakers off.
And you're good to go.
Yep.
So you have, what are these chains?
That's to hold these doors up for maintenance.
Oh, okay, so they fold up.
Yep.
Oh, okay. And you got everything thought out to the T.
Have to.
So who comes with all of this tech and designs it all?
I do most of the design stuff. Then we have Mary Kate, who's phenomenal in tech. I'll do a lot of the tech. Then we bring in a lot of people too to help us out with stuff.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
So we'll head back this way.
Now I have a question for you. You have axe throwing here.
Yes.
How's that doing? Because you know I hear a lot of.
The bubble burst. You know, so it was something that's lasted a lot longer than I expected. I thought it was going to be a 2-year thing, 3-year thing. We got 6 years out of it. So I closed up the other locations. We still have this one, and then this one will close up after another year.
So you're basically getting out of the axe throwing business.
Yeah. It's a big fad. It's a great cash grab. It came, it went. You know, we're gonna slowly phase it out.
Huh.
So we have a new escape room coming. Jake Ives and Bryce are building it. Sometime it'll be here.
All right, so we're back in the lobby, and I noticed like in the ceiling, you promote the other events that are coming up in the lobby. Now, so is this just scenery for the queue line?
The backdrops are, yes.
Okay, so the haunt is starting right here. Now, just out of curiosity, what exactly on here did you cut with your CNC machine?
This, not much. This was done with CNC, and then the arches.
The header piece?
Yeah, so this piece here was done with CNC, and then just these here.
And those are foam skulls? Looks great. You guys built that?
Yep, sure did.
Do you like working here?
Yeah, I wouldn't work anywhere else.
You like creating sets and all that?
Doing
Yeah.
it for 21 years.
Yeah. What do you like more, building the haunted house or operating the haunted house?
Probably both.
You had to pick one.
If I had to pick one, probably in the haunted.
Running the haunt?
Yeah.
What about you?
That's weird.
I always say building the
Building
haunt.
it is a blast, but then during the season, I get to just.
Well, building the haunt, you get the payoff of when it's done. You're like, look at all the hard work.
Right.
Because a lot of people, they come through and they just can't see it, but you're seeing it the whole time, right? And you're so anxious to get to the end. What is it going to look like when it's done? When the lighting goes in, the props go in, and it's just like you get that exhilaration of, wow, that was all worth it. So for me, it's that, but
Healthy balance of each.
yeah.
I have.
Who has? You have.
I don't like that.
All right, so you want to go on in? Now, this isn't an escape room, right?
No, so this is where they'll pretty much load up the rows with whatever number that we need to be at. And then from here, then they'll go into the show. So the actor will come out here, open the door, and then bring the show.
Psychiatric ward. Do you go down this hallway?
So what these are 3 identical rooms, and the group gets loaded into one of the 3 rooms. So this here's just our order from a ghost ride that came in a couple weeks ago that's waiting to get dressed up and put in. Customer will come down the hallway.
Now look at this. Redskins. They're not even a team anymore.
So these are all going to become ghosts. They're going to be sheet ghosts. There's three identical rooms. So the controls are actually over there. This is where it all starts with that whole thing I was talking about earlier. So that these 3 rooms here will all run at different speeds. And they'll dump the customers out, and the lights here will tell the actors in which room to put the people in.
The light changes.
Yep, so the light will go green, and this way the actors know, hey, that room's empty, let's go grab it, let's go to that room. So we'll walk into this one. So what is the customers come in, they all file into this room, sit in the chairs, and the whole show goes off.
What is the show exactly?
It's like the lights flicker, there's air whips, there's things that shoot up and poke you in the ass, like you're getting injected with a needle.
Really?
Yeah, there's our air
That's
whips.
under the seat?
Yeah, under the seat.
And it pokes through the seat?
Pokes through the seat.
Wow. Just like at Disney's.
Yep, exactly. There's the air whips underneath the seat, the benches move. So it's a whole show that goes on, and there's different lengths of the shows. So again, if the computer knows that we're running fast, then it's going to be a shorter show. If it's if it's a slower night, it's going to run a little bit longer show. So again, it's all controlled. There's 3 different rooms, so all 3 rooms are the exact same. So customers are still getting that same scare, but it's we're able to put do the throughput.
Wow. And so they sit in these chairs, this stuff goes off, and then they get released into the haunt. Okay. So then you come out here, or?
That's this side over here. So another ghost ride that came in. So the doors are all on pneumatics too, so the pneumatics will open up the door. Those doors will open. So everything is fully automated. Now you're on this side of the hallway. Same thing, so each room looks the exact same.
It's the exact same.
Yep, so this makes it for you. This way we can do the whole first one.
Asylum registration. Oh, that's not pleasant. And so I see this is kind of like, how do they know not to go that way?
So normally this is curtained off, and we have props and stuff that goes along this area here. So again, we're in the off season, nothing set up for haunted house right now. Right now we're more in escape rooms.
Now I see something right here that says storm surge. So we are technically entering an escape room.
This is an escape room. Right now I think it's set up mostly for escape room mode. A lot of the stuff as we're walking through is going to be more in escape room mode now, since I don't have time to go through and flip stuff over. But so for instance, in this room here, this is what it looks like
Did you make that on your CNC?
That's the CNC, this is all CNC. A lot of stuff in this room is CNC.
This looks really cool.
So for haunted house mode, this here is not going to have, this is their timer screen. It's going to have, the zombie banging on the windows. It's going to look a lot differently.
And so the idea here is you're on a cargo ship or something.
For the escape room, yes. For a haunted house, it's kind of like a really heavy industrial area. It's loud industrial music. There's a water feature over here that's going off. This door here is opened. So again, it's a little bit different looking now because it's in set up for the escape room. Haunted house customers never see.
Looks like that door opens pneumatically as well.
It does. Yep.
Do you go this way?
For the haunted house, yes. We'll go this way. I think it's locked though, so I'll have to bounce around. Yeah, it's closed off.
So is this, I guess, an escape room puzzle with the valves and everything?
Yep.
You got numbers, and then you go this way.
To the haunted house, but right now it's closed off. That's be another escape room, so we're gonna kind of cut and then jump over there.
Okay.
And for the escape room, it goes in this direction, but haunted house customers never see this.
More ship. Yeah, you can see the escape room written all over everything.
Right.
But it works for a haunted house as well.
Yeah, as I said, on that side, you never see any of this stuff over here.
I see.
Just like over here, going into the front of the ship. It wouldn't make sense to be on a ship in the middle of a haunted house unless it was themed like that. Plus, this looks very escape room heavy. So haunted house customers never get to see any of this stuff.
And then you got 4 televisions showing you that you are definitely on the bridge.
Correct.
Very nice. Now, did you see this?
Yes.
Looks cool. It's like a navigation. And then you got all these, I like how they kind of like shrink.
Oh, the triangles.
Yeah, the triangles. So where do you go from here?
We're gonna skip over, because like I said, it's set up right now for escape rooms. So for the haunted house path, a lot of this is, like I said, set up for escape rooms. Normally this door here, this is a big wall that moves and closes off, so that would never be seen. Haunted house path walks through over here. We'll bounce back over to this side. So
Is this the same boat-themed escape room?
No, so this is the jail escape room.
Jail escape room, okay.
And again, lighting right now is on for that. Let's see if we can get it over here. So that door that we were just at is actually this door right here. So for haunted house path, you then come from here and then head in this direction. So that they see all this area over here.
And so I guess this is where you come in to, you know, like when you get admitted to the prison.
You've been there before.
No, I haven't, but.
Stay over there. We'll get your mugshot.
Do you take people's mugshots?
Yeah, of course. We have one Tater over there. So haunted house path. They never go into this room. So again, if somebody's trying to build an escape room within their haunted house, it's very easy to do. You just have to pick and choose what area you want your path to go. And again, haunted house customers and escape room customers, they'll come through here and they'll be like, oh my god, like I didn't even realize, like, where was that escape room at? Because they just don't know. You know, when this is in haunted house mode, this is all really dark. You're walking past this here. It just looks like you're walking past a really cool set. You know, this is all really dark. There's air cannons up in the ceiling that are going off for haunted house mode.
And do these move?
Yep.
Those look like they're real.
They are real. They're on pneumatic pistons too. So for escape rooms, the doors open and close.
I guess it's an escape room, do they get locked in?
They do. They start off locked up in different cells.
Don't let the warden see you. So when it comes to designing your escape rooms, do you figure out all the puzzles yourself?
We have a pretty good team that everyone kind of like brainstorms and works on it together. So then for a haunted house path, they'll kind of zigzag through a lot of this here.
But if it was the prison escape room, they break out.
They break out through a hidden doorway down over there.
And then they end up back over there.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
This is very confusing.
It is. It is, especially now that everything is wide open. But I said, some of the haunted house path goes down through some of those hallways. Right now we're going to see it through here. So this is another escape room.
Nice door. This is another escape room?
This is another one.
This one's what?
This one's called the Collector.
The Collector?
So this one, somebody starts off locked in a cell. They got to figure out how to get out of the cell, but the rest of the people are out here, so they got to break them out and then fully get out together.
I don't see how to get out.
So again, for haunted house path, all this is wide open, and it is path for a walk through.
I never knew much about people until I took one apart just to see how it worked.
Yeah.
That reminds me of Jeffrey Dahmer.
It is.
And look at this. Torture device. Tell me you don't put people in that.
They want to.
If they want to, they can sit in it. Wow, it's very nice. You got some dead people up there. You got a television screen. And so you say it takes you about a year to put one escape room together.
Our newer ones, yeah. Some of the ones we built from the beginning. So this is only part of it. You go through a secret passageway and it takes you that way further into the haunted house. But for a haunted house path, we're kind of gonna bypass some of that stuff. This one here is our Egyptian escape room. Take a peek in here.
And you got a dragon.
We do. I'm still facading that out. So the haunted house path goes through here, but this is almost pitch black, and it takes you through that way over there. But again, we're gonna have to kind of jump around from place to place. It's all set up for escape rooms.
Is this a one-room escape?
This is one of our smaller ones. So this is, you have a room over here, a room over here, a room over there, and then this room here. So it's a smaller. This is the smallest one we have.
This is the whole thing.
For this one is this room, that room, then another room over there.
Did you cut that on your CNC?
No, that one was hand carved.
Hand carved?
Yeah, so that's before we got the CNC. This is our earliest room that we have here.
So this is not part of the haunt.
It is, but for haunted house, but just the eyes are on and it's glowing, and you don't see any of this. It's pitch black when you come through here, just the eyes glowing. Then you go through here and then straight down that path.
So where do we go from here?
We're gonna have to jump around again. It's kind of confusing right now because we're in like when we do switch over, all the pathways lead together.
I can tell you this much. Anybody watching this video, I'm gonna make a suggestion. If you're trying to figure out how to do the same thing to your haunt, you should probably come to this haunted house on a Saturday, book the escape rooms, book as many as you can, then go to the haunted house at night, right? And then you'll get it better. Maybe. It's very complicated. Is this another escape room?
This is another escape room.
Which one is this?
This is the hospital one.
Okay.
We just came in one of the back entrances, but this door here actually leads back into the area that we're just in. So they're all kind of intertwined. That's how we're going to work.
No, I don't know that without years and years, nobody's going to be able to replicate this. But I've actually said it before that it's not a bad idea to try to utilize your haunted house as an escape room, even if it was just 10 months out of the year.
Right. So in this room here, we did this room a while ago, and it didn't take much to really convert this one into an escape room. This is one we probably did in a matter of 2 or 3 months. It's a very easy one to do. So somebody can very easily take part of their haunted house and turn it into an escape room. So like but then it looks cool in a haunted house too. You know, so like this here's a secret passageway. It takes you, to another area.
Oh, this opens. Look at that. There's a door. So here's your magnetic lock that attaches to your thing. Yeah.
Okay. So again, when you're walking through all this as a haunted house customer, you'd never guess that you're in an escape room. Or there are just puzzles everywhere. You will see a few of these on the wall, but again, if you're in a hospital, that looks organic to being in a hospital.
It's easy to, when you're in the escape room business, to figure out like what is an escape room piece.
Right.
But what's really nice is it's also, almost invisible for the haunted house owner, because it just I'm not a haunted house goer, because it just looks like it's blending in.
It looks like it's part of it. Exactly.
Does this lower?
It does.
So it's part of the escape room.
Yep.
You have to get this lowered to get like a clue. Okay.
Yep. And again, when you're going through this dark and it's full of fog, you're not recognizing any of this stuff as a haunted house customer.
I see that. Very nice. Did that get you?
No, I turned around to see if it's going to get you. So, all this area here, including the bathroom, is all part of the one escape room.
And where's the end of this escape room?
Through that secret passageway over there that we walked in.
Oh, okay. Now, what is this? Is this?
This is the back half of that first this third escape room that we went into, the collector. So this is the back half of that room. So remember, so there's a secret passageway that you come in through, which is underneath down through here, and it brings you into this area.
Oh, okay. So that door behind the Coke machine?
Nope, that's a different room.
Okay,
You're already getting confused. It's too much for you.
Yeah, I know. We're all over the place. So they crawl through here,
Yeah,
and then now they're in here, and this is definitely an escape room puzzle.
it is.
And yeah, it's very Saw looking.
It's as easy as, this door here is closed, for escape rooms, and now you have a separation between this escape room and that escape room. So it's just a matter of putting a doorway here, and then for opening up your show, you just open this doorway, and now it becomes a haunted house path.
This is confusing. How long did it take you to figure all this out?
After the first one, it just started becoming easy. It's like, where we put one in here, and how much space do we want to just keep going with it?
It's very nice.
So this here is also part of the escape room, and then this is where this room ends for all the escape room stuff. And again, there's a huge puzzle behind the door, but for a haunted house path, it's closed, so you never see this. So when you're coming through this plaza.
this still part of the escape room?
Now we're
You're just flat out in the haunted house now. But possible future escape room.
probably not in this area yet. We're getting to get the customers over here.
Yeah, right, because you have to be able to get them back.
And then get them out.
I see, this is really nice.
Yeah, so we're an actual hide in there, they come out of there.
And he just like bangs it open and scares the hell out of them.
I'll let you go first, where you're not getting the back of my head the whole time.
I feel like I'm being tricked. That's screaming like that's gonna attack me.
Some of the stuff might be out right now.
Is this like an actor's scare room?
It is. So we're redoing all of our drop boxes to pneumatics. This way the actors just push a button and the windows will drop.
And what is that battery thing there?
That's just the light. So he's currently working in here doing all the welding on this.
Now we're in another section that is an escape room
Also another escape.
and part of the haunted house.
Yep.
And I want to like clarify what I was saying. And I told you when the camera was off, I don't think anyone will understand what's going on here by watching the video. I actually think coming here during the haunt season and playing escape rooms during the day, I think going through the haunted house at night would make people better understand.
Probably. We've definitely mastered the whole dual use of the space. You know, and like I said, the way we do it, it's a flick of a switch. Lighting changes. If you're tech savvy, it's very easy to do. You know, in the programming of the Flex Maxes, to just have a key switch and change your entire scene, and change your sound, change your lighting. It's just another show. So you're able to do so much with it, and then use your space for two different things.
Yeah, and you built it up really, really high.
Yeah, all of our sets here go all the way to the ceiling.
So do you go this way or?
The haunted house path will go this direction here.
Okay. So by the way, for those who don't know, we came to this gate, which I'm guessing, did you make the gate or?
Yeah.
Because it's like custom formed just for that hole.
Right.
And then so you're saying like you come from here and you keep going through the vampire escape room.
Right.
And you have a cross here. You have little slogans everywhere that have to be for the escape room.
Right.
You have another one over there. Huh. Vampires. I'm assuming these all light up.
Yes.
And so these rooms you can just flow right through them.
For escape rooms, yes. For a haunted house path, you're kind of set. You know, the actors will steer you in certain directions.
What is the radio for?
Escape rooms. That's the method of communication to the game master.
So if you want to talk to the game master, you use the radio.
The radios.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a mixture. Some rooms here is over a TV screen. If it fits the theme, like here and here, it works to have that.
That's an animation, right?
It is. So she does the entire intro, and then throughout the whole escape room game, she's talking to you.
That's clearly a escape room puzzle.
It is.
So you do something, then you go into this room.
Both those doors will open for an escape room. For a haunted house path, you never go into the office. These doors are just naturally closed.
How often do you? I know this video started off as a haunted house video. At least that's what I thought it was going to be. Now it's like it's two things in one. Obviously, that's an escape room puzzle.
Yeah, the room right now is not reset, so this is normally down.
How long would you let a theme run? I mean, are you replacing
We've
these?
only replaced one game since we've opened. The Pharaoh's room, the Egyptian one that you're in a little bit earlier, that's our oldest room. That one opened in 2016. It's still here. It still sells out every weekend, so I have no need to, I hate it. I want to get rid of it. It doesn't fit anything else we have in here. It's got a lot of padlocks, but it's booked every weekend, so I have no financial reason to close it and get rid of it.
So just to be clear too, your escape room facility is not totally closed down when the haunt operates, because do you have access to get people into the rooms that aren't connected to the haunted house?
No. So we have one room that's not attached to the haunted house. That's Vegas, and then Jurassic will be the only one that will be open while the haunted house is working.
Okay. Ooh, all right. So we go this way.
No, we're in this direction over here.
This is getting more and more confusing by the moment. So is that just a room only for the escape?
Only for the escape room. Yep. So for a haunted house pad, those doors are closed. You never see them.
Okay, I get it. So a lot of your escape rooms have rooms that no one can access for the haunted house.
Right.
Okay. And obviously that's an escape room puzzle
That is.
to get something through there.
Yep. So for the haunted house path, we put a prop right there in the doorway. So this way nobody goes down that way. Of course, they can just This is obviously all escape rooms, and this here ends this escape room. So for an escape room, this door here is closed and it's locked. And then for haunted house path, this here is opened up.
So once that door opens, you've won?
No, the whole job here is to kill the main vampire, so it's not a escape out of the room, it's more of a task for this room here. So you're trying to...
So is this room part of the vampire escape?
This is not. This starts the, this is back into our haunted house path.
So the way to get out is like pretty much go backwards?
Yep, the same entrance.
Oh, okay.
This room is non-linear, so you're going in this direction, but you're always going back to a main central puzzle. So you're trying to collect things to get the main thing, which is the stake to kill the vampire.
And by the way, that's a good point that we didn't even bring up in this video. Because if you can't get people back where they started, you just designed it.
Not if your escape room is escaping out of the doorway. I mean, someone could be killing a vampire, or you could have like a major task. It doesn't have to be escaping out of the room. Just it's called an escape room. There could be a main task you're trying.
But the escape room can end right where it started.
Definitely.
Because you can't get them back out.
Right.
So you get them in so far, but then they got to go right back the way they came.
Right. So like I said, this room's not linear. So like it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You're opening up more rooms. They're coming into here to get something, going back out there, and they get something to come back in here with. So it just gets the room, makes it feel bigger and bigger and bigger. But you don't need to have a separate layout. You can make it so that the objective is within that room, and then the door opens.
So that makes perfect sense.
Right. So now we're back into here. You may recognize those. Those came from the darkness years and years and years ago.
Okay.
Those used to be right after your main entrance when you went down that long hallway.
Yep.
Remember them?
Yep.
All right.
So the darkness lives in Chicago.
Yeah, we have a few things in here from your place you may recognize.
Sorry if you can't see it really good. This is not part of an escape room?
No, it's not.
Okay.
You may recognize one of these. Ah, there he is. I think you know that guy. That's Tater.
That's Tater.
That's Tater. Beverly did that live cast of him.
Who did it?
Ghost Ride. They did that Tater one where he's like dead on the ground years ago.
Yeah.
So they took his head and they put him on a monk for me. So
Nice.
So we have the darkness and Tater.
Okay. So we're in part of the haunted house.
Right.
All right. So I'll just follow you.
So normally you have Gorgle or animation that comes out here, but Mike gave him hallucinations. He's put it onto a rig. This way,
Now, did you do all this CNC work?
part of it, you're in CNC, and part of it's hand art.
That's not animated, I'm guessing.
This one's not.
And they're looking up at him and worshiping. That looks cool. It looks really neat. And then what What's this guy doing exactly? Summoning a demon?
I guess so.
I like how you have the little Satan thing in between each beam.
Yeah.
Now, what does this mean? Is this like another stopping point?
This is, yes. So again, we're talking about having that computer control system. This is one of the rooms that has that computer control thing. It's called the actor, when to send people through. So the group comes in here, we can set up very many different rows. That just went off, but it tells them right now this is going to send the group through.
I'm worried.
Right here we got a flyer to go to the top.
A what? Oh, a flyer? Okay. And the floor fell. Look at Ryan. He's laughing. He thinks that's funny. Very simple animation, but very effective. And so what is this, like a pumpkin house?
Yeah, this is the front of the housing. So this is brand new. This is going to be the first one we'll see in this. So then this year right here got a really big makeover this year. So people on this channel are going to see this stuff for the first time.
So you just built this?
Big lipstick makeover. So we kind of, this here is just a dead corner, so we redid this whole thing. Added a lot more detail into these areas.
You can't, you have to come and see it for yourself. You know, when we did a video on 13th Gate, it's the same thing. You gotta like come see it. You gotta come see it yourself. And this is straight up haunted house. This is all haunted house,
Yeah, it's
right?
all haunted house.
Okay.
Yep.
I gotta ask every time. Okay? And you got some CGI fire going on. So I guess this room's on fire.
Yeah.
What's cooking in the kitchen?
This one here is an animation, but it's not done around right now. So we're redoing them. We just added carpet down these rooms. So we're trying to go for a little bit more of a realism right now.
Oh yeah, you know, I tell you, when I stepped on, I was like, what's going on with the floor? And I didn't even look. And then wham, I'm walking on carpet.
Yeah, which is really cool because if you look, you don't see any bases now by any of the props. So if you look down at all their feet, you don't see the metal bases.
Oh, that's nice. By adding the carpet.
Right. Plus it gives you that texture. In here we added actual flooring, the wood flooring. So a lot of people, I don't think are going to notice it, but for the ones that do,
Look at that. Curlers from the 1980s.
this area is all on the renovation.
All dolls.
Nothing have lights on over here.
Now, does that actually work as an animation?
This is a static one over there is an animation.
Okay. And there's a lot of dolls.
So getting into that carpet here.
This is really cool. You got books everywhere. And how are you keeping these books together?
So there's metal that runs through them. So it's the metal that runs through the whole thing, and they get glued on there. As you can see it right there. She's still working on this one. You can see the metal rod coming out the top.
Oh, and you got like a ghost up there. And there's the books. Your haunt definitely looks like you could tell you're trying to fine tune it all for the haunt season.
Yeah.
Like, how far off do you think you are from getting it ready?
We still got some time to go. So I mean, we're doing a lot of, like I said, just taking these scenes that were good before and now making them great. Adding a lot more clutter to the scenes, fine tuning some of the lighting, adding a lot of sound to areas. So this whole housing just got a huge lipstick makeover, so that's why some of the stuff is on right now, and some of the sound is not on.
A lot of license plates.
It is.
And now we enter some claustrophobia, and there's an actor. Yeah, it's very tight and will freak people out. Now you gotta go up some steps and the license plates. Very claustrophobic. And what the heck is going on here? Is this a laser swamp?
It is. So the haze is down right now, but if you can picture it, you're walking down into the swamp.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Down into the lasers versus the traditional one where you just walk in and it's lasers.
Oh, and is this one of those squishy floors?
Yep, the mark.
More claustrophobia. You gotta walk through this thing sideways. A jungle warrior. Did you just add that? Yeah, we added one of those to the darkness. I thought that was like the best scare animation at Transworld.
Right.
We're running into a bunch of animations now. Lots of voodoo. And you have another one. Because one wasn't enough. Bigfoot. You go this way?
Yep. Real old school stuff.
Yeah, people love it. And there's a train. Oh. Yeah. Tell me about it. Now, is this supposed to be like another haunt?
Yes, this is another checkpoint where we can control the time. And we don't think I'm allowed to the power meter here.
3D glasses.
This be the last year for that.
You're taking the whole thing out?
Yeah.
And what's going to replace it?
2 more escape rooms.
You are all in on escape rooms. What the heck? Those are some big blocks. Do people like the 3D?
We've had it for 15 years, so it's right its course.
And this is one of those ramps. What degree are these ramps?
Probably like a 30-ish.
30 degrees?
Yeah, it's pretty steep. Definitely vertical. That's what the darkness too.
And that.
Yeah.
This looks freaky. So how many square feet is this 3D area?
It's smaller, probably 2,000, 2,500 maybe.
This isn't well enough for you, Billy. This isn't well enough for you, Billy.
And then you got the traditional tunnel.
I really love this.
So you're gonna keep this in your,
Yeah, we're just gonna refab it.
is that animation?
No, it's just static.
Is this the end of the haunt?
This leads us to where we picked up before when we filmed the first half. So this here will lead you into the ending of it.
And what is the ending? The Mafia?
Right.
So you go through the Mafia and then that leads to the back?
That leads to the exit, correct?
Oh, okay. So that's the whole thing.
That's the whole thing.
Did we go through the Mafia?
Yeah, that's the very first
Yeah, that's the first thing we filmed. That's right, that's right.
That's where you have the elevator and the train car and all that stuff.
Well,
So from here it leads you straight into there.
so Ryan, how do they find your haunted house?
FearTheMassacre.com.
Fear the Massacre?
FearTheMassacre.com.
And then the escape room.
Is Mind Trap Escape Rooms.
.com.
Yep.
Ryan, it's overwhelming.
It's a lot.
It's overwhelming, and I would imagine it would take years to build from scratch.
At least that.
At least that, unless you had a whole bunch of money and a whole bunch of people.
It would still take years.
It'll take years.
Still take years. We can see if the Vegas escape room's done. If they're done, you can.
Yeah, you wanna go down?
So, yeah, we'll see if they're done.
All right. We'll walk down here and see what's going on. Okay, Ryan, I have to ask you a question. Is that real money?
I don't know. It's for you to figure out.
All right, so we're in your last escape room, and what is it called?
This is our Vegas escape room.
Well, what's the name of it?
Hold on 1 second.
You forgot?
I did.
You forgot.
What happened in Vegas? It's been a long day.
What happened in Vegas?
You quiz me all day here, so it's what happened in Vegas.
What happened in Vegas? I have to say that this room, and I don't mean this as an insult, was probably very easy, quick to build.
It is. So this room here, we partnered with the company Giant Dreams to build it. They did all the puzzles in it. Then we did all of the aesthetics and kind of gave it a little bit. Our standards are super high. They build really cool rooms, but our standards are so high with our rooms. We need to go a step above what they did. So we did a lot of the finishing touches and the wallpaper and a lot of the fancy trim to give it more of that true, authentic, Las Vegas hotel room CGIs. Things that a normal escape room builder are not going to do.
But what I wanted to say was, this is an easy theme to build because, but at the same time, it's very well done.
Thanks.
Very well done and very creative. And if you look around, first off, the name is even creative. What happens in Vegas, stays in Vegas. And let me show you what I mean by that, because right over here is a bra. Okay, there's a bra that you would only see in Vegas because it's gold and glittery.
Gold and glitter.
And so obviously something happened in Vegas. And it stays in Vegas. And look at this. You got a pizza box. I mean, pizza, you have beer. This is just like The Hangover. There's Polaroids of, partying, places you've gone, things you've done. It's very, very, very clever. Beer bottles on the wall. You're wondering, like, what is going to be their bill? Because they're going to have to pay some extra to get it cleaned. And why is there a bomb in here?
And again, the room is, you broke into Area 51 and stole an alien.
Just like they stole Mike Tyson's tiger.
Exactly, but here you stole an alien and you stole a sign off the strip and all kinds of stuff. It's a long night.
It's a long night. You stole a neon sign.
Stole a neon sign.
Electrical box. I guess that's a puzzle down there too.
Yeah.
Wow.
threw up all over the bathroom over there.
Feed Phil here. What does that mean?
That's part of the escape room.
I mean, but like, what is Phil? Is he a tiger, a rat, a
It's a
dog?
monkey that he stole too.
He's a monkey,
Yeah, he
like
stole a
in the
monkey.
movie.
Just like the movie.
And I'm guessing these are puzzles.
Yes.
Oh, look, you got your fridge.
Tonight's mega lottery presented by
You got some cool CGI effects. And is this just a 2-room escape?
2-room plus the bathroom, yeah.
Oh, so there's a bathroom.
You gotta do some beer pong in there.
Let's see. Look at this. There's vomit on the floor, empty bottles. It's crazy. So how long did it take them to build this?
They built most of it offsite. So it's probably about 3 months offsite, and then install here was quick. It took us probably about a month to do everything that we needed to do here, like all the fancy crown molding, the trim, the doors, the wallpaper, the carpeting, everything that we did on our end. So it's probably, I'd say, about a 4-month build.
Wow. It looks really cool. How popular is this?
This is our best selling room right now. It's our newest one, so it's it's hot right now. So everyone's waiting for it until Jurassic comes.
Until Jurassic comes? What is your goal? Like, how many escape rooms do you think? Oh, there's the safe. That's a no-brainer, right? You got to have a room safe.
Yeah. We left some pills on the counter.
Oh no.
It was a long night.
Yes, it was a very, very long night. How many escape rooms are you wanting to have here?
I think we'll probably top off at 11.
11.
11. Yeah, I don't think we can put more than 11. So just because the size of our rooms, if we built smaller rooms, then we could probably fill in some more. But a lot of rooms are pretty big, so we'll probably end up with about 11 here.
So the company you hired for this is all they do is escape rooms?
Yeah. Yep.
It's very cool.
And they build really fun rooms. Really good game flow, really good tech. I was very selective on who I was going to choose for this room because it's our first time we ever outsourced anything, and I was very, very, very selective on looking into them. Highly recommend them. Again, they're called Giant Dreams. They build really cool fun puzzles.
Where are they based out of?
New Jersey.
Okay. Wow. It looks really cool. I really like it. It's absolutely fantastic. So, Ryan, thanks
Yes.
for the tour.
Thank you.
I guess really the only other questions I have is like when you come up in the back, is that where your midway is, or did you say it was in the front?
It was in the back.
Okay, and what's in the midway?
Right now we just have Axe Throwing and then a couple of escape rooms.
No, I mean, do you put up monsters, photo ops?
Yeah, photo ops. We have the bar, food trucks. The 2 escape games outside, axe throwing, photo ops. That's really about it.
Wow. Now I'm just gonna say this because I don't think anybody's gonna understand this video because I don't even understand how we're gonna edit it, to be honest with you, because we were like, wait a minute, let's go here because somebody's playing escape room, so let's go over here, let's go over there. It's like,
We're open 7 days a week and we sell out every day, so it's hard to try to get you in unless you're gonna come late at night to get you to see the whole place or be able to
in order.
turn it fully
Yeah,
over.
but it's like so well thought out and it's so well done. And what area of Chicago is this technically?
So we're the western suburbs.
Western suburbs, okay. Wow. Now, are you ever thinking about opening another escape room set on the other side of town, or
Not just it takes so long for us to build them.
or just keep expanding here?
I'd rather just expand here. If I could build them faster, if we had a bigger team, then possibly.
Do you think you'll go deeper into your haunted house with more escape rooms?
Yeah, so that's why we're gonna rip out the clown area with the 3D, and then put the 2 more haunted house themed escape rooms over there.
2 haunted house themed.
Yeah.
So that's kind of important that we didn't even think of, is if you're going to use part of your haunted house, whatever part you use has got to be connected theme-wise.
To an extent, right.
So you can't have say Freddy Krueger, then Pinhead, you know what I mean? That's the ultimate cliche example.
Right.
They've got to have some kind of continuity, right? And you've got to have a way to get in, and then worst case scenario, you could come back out the way you came in.
Right. Exactly.
Wow. Do you think eventually your whole haunted house will be an escape room?
I mean, there's areas that it'd just be really hard to get people back into, or where it's too haunted house themed. You know, like the jungle area, the house area, it'd be really tough to put escape rooms in there. You got to think of safety too. I mean, you can't have animatronics that are coming down to crash at somebody because you can't control, is that person going to go back there and lift up the thing and stick their hand in there? So you have to take into a lot of, thought of.
But like that Saint area as an example, okay?
Sure.
I mean, have you ever thought like, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, like, they're going to walk through part of the haunted house to get to it.
Right.
In other words, you got to walk through part of the haunt. Take them physically into that section.
Right.
Would that be possible?
It could. I mean, we very well could put an escape room where part of the story is, leading you down through the haunted house path, and then you get to a door that once they come through that door, there's only emergency exit way to get out. So you could have an escape room that's deep inside your show, and the pathway that you take them to get to it is part of the story for the escape room. So there's ways to do it. We just haven't done that here.
Well, Ryan, thanks for the tour. I think it's been fantastic, and I think the nice capper is this room is just kind of like making you relax, and it's a total 180 from all the death and.
Because we can't do a pretty. That's why this is the only room that's not in the haunted house path, because you can't do a pretty room like this in the middle of the show. So we had some space here. This was a party room. Don't do a party room, anyone. It's not worth it. There's no value in it. So yeah, we took out the party room and replaced it with this.
Because they make money.
Yeah.
So at St. Louis Escape, we don't have a party room. We just have a lobby.
Right.
And then we took the other half of the lobby and made it a pinball room.
Sure.
It's like, kind of like an attraction.
Yeah, we did VR here. We had VR for 6 months. What this room did in its first 2 weeks probably did double what VR did in 6 months. So VR was not a way to go either.
Well, I've told people like that we do family fun centers for not to get VR because it becomes outdated so fast.
It was not a good move. I said we tried it, ran it for a few months, and it did not work.
You know what the craziest thing is? You go to like IAPA and they're selling that Beat Saber game.
Yeah.
They want $70,000 for it.
Right.
You can go on Oculus Rift and buy it for $30.
Yeah.
It's the same game.
Right.
Like, what the heck is that? Why is that $70,000?
Yeah.
Even that one game that the one people sell, what's that company called? The VR where 4 people can play together, and they got Ghostbusters.
Okay.
That Ghostbusters game's on Oculus Rift.
Right.
The only difference is 4 people can't play together.
Right.
That's the only difference.
I think this game, the VR rooms, it was fun. They were super cool. Everyone can play them together. It was, this whole area, before we put up this wall here, the customers just wanted that realism. We tried to upsell them on hey, we had these VR rooms here. They say it didn't work. What this room did in 2 weeks did more than what that did in 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad. I just want to tell everybody for the record here, and there's Ryan, there's me. This bum right here, I have literally asked him to come down here for a long time.
Yes.
And I literally, I'm not here. I'm in, some exotic island or something like that. So every time I talk to you, you're on some exotic island.
It's winter.
Yeah, I know, but you travel a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, every time I'm like, hey, well, you want me to come down? Oh, I'm not going to be there. I'm going to be, in Fiji Island or whatever.
Well, I knew it was going to take us 6 hours to do the video, too, so.
But I'm glad that we finally came, and I'm looking forward to coming back when you're open.
Try to edit it and figure out.
Yeah, maybe also coming back and playing your escape rooms and whatnot.
Yeah, definitely. Then see the show. This way you'll kind of see it like, oh wow, like that's how it all kind of flows.
Do you self-promote? Like, do you use like the escape room social media to promote the haunted house and vice versa?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Have you already put tickets on sale for your haunted house?
I know we're going to be switching over to a new ticketing company this next week, so we're going to iron out all those details. I'm sure you know the ticketing company.
No, what is it?
I forgot the name.
Fear Ticket.
That's it, Fear Ticket.
Well, we're so happy to have you come on over.
Yeah.
And, it's like, not to get into a Fear Ticket sales pitch, but one of the things that I really like about Fear Ticket is that the users control it in the sense that the owners know nothing about the haunted house industry. So the people who tell them what to add are haunted house owners, and they immediately add it.
Yeah, no,
And so-
Patty's been super helpful. So within this next week, we're gonna get everything fully set up with you guys, and then tickets go on sale then.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, and thanks for the tour. And I can't tell you how much fun it was, and there's a lot to learn here. And you know what I was going to tell you was I got lost in my sidetrack when I was telling you the story about going to Arkansas.
Yeah.
I was trying to tell you, like, everywhere I've been, I've seen something I haven't seen anywhere else. And like what was really cool was seeing that sign with the actors, but having the plug your artist.
Right.
But when I went over to like Realm of Terror, he had like a vending machine of earplugs.
Okay.
And I'm like, earplugs? Like, and he says, yeah, that makes the actors love the earplugs. And I'm like, I never thought of that.
Right.
But like, I'm not saying there wasn't other great things, but like
Yeah.
that little thing, and that's what's so great about these videos, to help the haunt industry learn from each other.
Right.
And so, yeah, this was very educational. Thanks a lot. And I'm going to come back.
All right.
All right, you take care.
Sounds good.
We're right here in Las Vegas, and if you don't believe me, look out the window. That about wraps it up here at Massacre Haunted House. We wanted to thank the ownership here for giving us the full-blown tour. We want to thank Ryan, obviously. And I mean, what can you say? The place is extremely detailed. It's absolutely fantastic. I mean, there's what's not to like about it. And what I would here's my takeaway. The fact that you build an escape room into your haunted house is a perfect way to extend your season. Even if you close your haunted house, your escape room for October, why not? But what he's done here is a lot of work. Wiring it up so that you can flip a switch from escape to haunt. There's been a lot of thought, a lot of work put into this, but it could be done. And my recommendation is to come to Massacre Haunted House when the haunted house is running, play the escape rooms during the day to get the idea, and then come back at night and you'll get a really clear vision of how this is done. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. We are going to be visiting more haunted houses. We're going to try to get away in October and see some more haunts. Now, one of the things I did want to say is, in case you aren't aware, Jen Thaler from Transworld and Rich, who you probably know really well, they got married. And I just wanted to say to them, congratulations. They're so happy together. And, a lot of people went to a reception. They had, it was a fantastic event. It was absolutely wonderful. And I just wanted to say, the haunt industry just wouldn't be the haunt industry without Transworld, without the dedication that Rich and Jen put into that show. It's so much work. And now they have a show in Philadelphia. They have a show here in Chicago. They got Legendary Haunt Tour, which I am been told is going to Ohio. They're going to do Dent Schoolhouse, and they're going to do John Eslich's haunted houses. I don't know which ones of his they're going to do, if they're going to do them all, because he's got 3. But Haunted Schoolhouse, the Fright Factory. Who knows? I don't know exactly, but that's what I heard. And so that's going to be awesome. So that's just another event that they produce. So I did want to say congratulations to Rich and Jen on their nuptials. So with that being said, that'll be the end of this video. We hope that you've learned something, and keep in mind we're doing things a lot different on this YouTube channel, and the audience is very niche, okay? Because the audience is very niche because we're focused on trying to help haunted house owner-operators learn from each other, get better, and hopefully we accomplish that, because we've seen something here today that we haven't seen before. And a haunted house that's been turned into an escape room that can easily be turned back into a haunted house. So amazing. The place is absolutely fantastic. There's nothing not to like here. I strongly advise you to come to Chicago and come see Massacre Haunted House and the escape rooms. You have to see them both. So with that being said, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. We're gonna try to get to more haunts. If you want us to come to your haunt, drop us an email and let us know, and we'd be happy to. Especially when we're in the area. I do travel a lot because, as you know, we build amusement attractions all over the world. And so we do travel a lot. So if we're in your area, we'd love to come and see your haunted house. So until then, happy Halloween, happy haunting, happy pleasant screams. We still don't have any kind of like ending slogan to these videos. The Halloween season is coming and coming fast. Until then, everybody, from Massacre Haunted House, and definitely one of the best haunts I've ever seen, right here, right outside of Chicago, and Mind Trap, a blend, haunted and escape. We bid you farewell.
For scary videos and more, subscribe to our YouTube page, Hauntworld.com.